Welcome, everybody, to the final score. I'm your host, Nicholas Marcinov, and today we are going to be making our NFL Conference Championship predictions. Today, I am joined by none other than Chris, the Dolphins fan. What's up, Chris?
Oh, just chilling.
Absolutely. You're chilling like a villain, eating nothing but vanilla. That was a stretch.
That was a tiny bit of a stretch there.
Is it that obvious that I'm a white guy?
Um, I mean, after that, kind of.
Kind of. And that's what we're going to stick with, everybody. We're going to stick with kind of because whenever you make predictions like this, you're kind of right. You can have as much detail as you want. You can research as much, but you're always just kind of right. And they will always prove you wrong. Just like last week, where I've challenged all my friends to this whole prediction series, and whoever wins gets a jersey out of my pocket. And last week, I went 3-1. I'm still in first place at 178 and 103. Then my little brother went 3-1 at 176 and 105. Chris, you're still in third, man. You're still alive. You went 2-2 for a record of 174 and 107. Tanner and DJ, they both been eliminated. But Tanner went 3-1 with a record of 165 and 116, whereas DJ, he went 4-0. He got a record of
What?
156 and 125. I know. Uh, but we can't
I
count
didn't.
that as a perfect week because it's 4 games.
Yeah, no, that
No,
doesn't count. I,
no.
I didn't even look at DJ's side because I knew he was eliminated, but I didn't even notice he went 4-0.
Yeah, he went 4-0. Good job, DJ. Good
Well,
job.
good job. Good job.
Good job. All right, let's go ahead and get into these conference championship picks because I'm very excited. And we didn't actually talk about who's going first. So uh I'll go ahead and talk about the 49ers and Eagles if you would like to close us off with Bengals and Chiefs. Yeah?
All right. Yeah, that's what that works.
All right, so first up is the Saturday matchup. It's the number 2 seeded San Francisco 49ers taking on the number 1 seeded Philadelphia Eagles. This matchup to me has more question marks about it than the Bengals and Chiefs. And the reason for this is just because of Brock Purdy. Dude, we saw him go up against the Cowboys, who actually have a pretty good defense with Dan Quinn at the helm. Mike McCarthy might be a total, you know, hack, but the Cowboys were not a team that you could just overlook. They are, I know, as much as people want to give Dak shit for everything, he's not that bad of a quarterback. He was still able to produce, and he just doesn't perform in the big moments. But last week, he he could have done better. They're still a good team. And the 49ers defense, dude, was just suffocating the Cowboys. Oh my gosh. This is probably the best defense left in the playoffs. And with Brock Purdy at the helm, he was able to put up a lot of points on teams prior to the Cowboys. I think last week was the lowest amount of points that they've been able to score in a game, and it was what, 19? So
Hmm.
even then, it's almost 20 points. That's almost three whole touchdowns. Lots of things can happen. And then you have the Philadelphia Eagles, who have just been the number one team all throughout the season. Everybody was, flying high on them. They're right where they should be, arguably, right? They got an easy matchup with Daniel Jones, and the New York Giants actually put them to shame. However, I don't want them to re don't overlook the 49ers, right? You're right there at the Super Bowl, knocking on its door. You're almost ready to go back. Do not look over the 49ers because that defense will suffocate you. And so I think about it. And even though Jalen Hurts has been playing well, the one game that he lost during the season, whenever he was at the helm, was against the Washington Commanders. And yes, there were a lot of refs that blew calls in that matchup. But it's just, I think about that. And the Commanders had a good defense. They had a great pass rush. 49ers have a great pass rush. I think the 49ers defense is going to be able to keep this game close. And if they are keeping it close, I think that favors Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is going to be able to find George Kittle, Debo Samuel, any one of their wide receivers. He's passing the ball around. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers in this matchup. I don't feel great about it. ESPN only has them with a 35% chance of winning. But you know who else had a 35% chance of winning last week and won?
The Bengals?
The Bengals.
Yeah.
So who who knows?
Well, if I want to catch up to you, I kind of have to pick the Eagles. Um, you know, I do feel stupid for picking the Giants last week because here I'm thinking, oh, Daniel Jones, Mr. Tough Guy, Mr. Ball behind the back kind of, magic trick was gonna do something and he didn't do anything. Um, but I don't know, the Eagles just seem like a really scary both of these teams, all four of these remaining teams are good. Like you could pick any one of them to go to the Super Bowl and you'd probably be right. Like anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, well, with the Eagles, like their offense is pretty scary. Like I know Brock Purdy has all his weapons and he's using every single one of them, which is great. But I don't know. I just feel like the Eagles are going to have a slight edge. It's going to be a close game, but they're going to have a slight edge on the 49ers. I don't know if it's going to be maybe their O line's going to step it up this game and try to keep the defense kind of settled down. I also saw a prediction from some dude on TikTok saying that the Eagles were going to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm hoping he's right, and I hope that me stealing his prediction prevails me, a little bit.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Breakdown number 3 Cincinnati Bengals at number 1 Kansas City Chiefs.
All right. So for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes got his ankles broken, basically. Not literally, but figuratively. And I don't know if he's gonna be he could be 100%. I haven't really looked at any injury updates or anything. But I feel like his ankles are gonna be sore, so he's probably not gonna be playing 100%. And you give it up to Joe Burrow and the Bengals for just absolutely tearing down the Bills. I feel bad for Josh Allen because I want him and the Bills to finally just get a ring, but they just can't get it done in the big show. I saw this thing where they compared Josh Allen to Philip Rivers and saying that Josh Allen is Philip Rivers 2.0 because he could do great and put up great stats during the season. But when it comes to the postseason, he just kind of crumbles. Um, and that being said, that same video where they talked about the Eagles going to the Super Bowl, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. I'm picking the Bengals off that, and the fact that last year Bengals showed the Chiefs who is boss, and I feel like the Bengals are going to do it again. The Bengals are hungry for that sweet, sweet victory, and Joe Burrow wants to smoke that cigar. He's going to the Super Bowl.
I was going to agree with you. I think the Bengals are going to win this matchup. They also have a 35% chance to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But the thing about it is Patrick Mahomes has been fine every other time that they played, especially in this past year. And the Bengals are 3-0 against them in Kansas City nonetheless. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. They just seem to have the team that just benefits off of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going I would not be surprised if Kansas City has to get creative because they realize the Bengals seem to be Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but those are going to be our NFL conference championship predictions. A nice short little video. Appreciate you coming on, Chris. Is there anything you would like to say to everybody?
Um, yeah, if you're gonna play center, make sure you are bigger than Ezekiel Elliott so you don't get bum rushed
Oh,
to
absolutely.
oblivion.
Absolutely. Also,
Yeah.
we have to shout out my dad because he's sitting on the couch wondering when we were going to do that. So, hello, Dad. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy your coffee. Uh, and then we also have to shout out my mom because she's been watching all the videos and she got upset that I picked the Cowboys off of a coin toss. Mom, you live and die by the coin. I die. So there you go. Say hello,
Uh,
Chris. Say
oh,
hello to my
hello.
family.
Hello, Nick's family.
Okay, perfect. All right, and that's going to be it for us. That's the final score. Thank you and good night.